nee, ist keine botanischen Namen.
Genau.
Das ist Pine.
Jörg kennt sich damit aus.
Silvestris.
Who wants to have this?
Pine.
Okay.
And Kiefer.
Kiefer, I know that.
And this is very typical Buche, beech.
Or Birk.
Birk.
Who wants it?
And
Danke,
ja, ich habe aber auch Augen.
Wunderbar.
Birch. Birch is Birk.
Ma si raccoglie anche quelle che non ci ha fatto vedere nelle schede?
Ah no, io ho preso tutto. Sì, cioè la quercia c'era, questo.
I give you some and try to order this to the right.
Yeah.
I give you this one.
You can put it there for the right level.
To know where the animals are living. We can look where we find, was heißt Spuren?
Traces.
Traces?
Yeah. The footsteps.
Ja.
Anybody else?
Sorry. Ist die, nee, eine Tasche, die bunte Tasche.
Eine habe ich, ja. Ja, okay.
Sometimes, when we are with pupils in the forest, we find traces. Yeah? Traces from animals, not the animals because they are sleeping, but their traces.
Wolves, like Sweden.
Yeah.
Yes. Like near your home, he finds one from wolves.
Yes.
100 meters from your home, no?
Oh.
Yes.
2 weeks ago?
Last week.
Last week? Yeah.
District Ammerland.
The ground belongs to the state.
And you see green is this forest called Elmendorfer Holz.
Exactly.
They have care about the forest, means trees, plants and animals, and nature conservation. But also forestry is a firma,
Yeah, company?
a company with economic interest.
Yeah.
She trade with wood. And
Klar.
so they must fell a tree.
They cut them. Oh, the saw.
Since many years, the foresters don't plant little trees. They don't do it. It's
Why?
it's too teuer.
It's too expensive.
It's too expensive. They need manpower and the little plants and so. And there is a concept for for the forestry in Lower Saxony to have a natural forest.
Yes.
But you need wood, and you don't plant trees, and you want to make money. What can you do? And I'll show you. We can try together.
Okay. Everybody plants a tree.
We take this tree. This is the mother tree.
Okay.
And every year we put down this little one. Bucheckern. These are the was heißt Samen?
Fruits.
The fruits.
Or seed.
The seed from this one. And they are fallen down. And with pupils, and they come down, they have one of this, and at any place where the seed, they have to took this, and after some time you see many of seeds.
100 years ago, his grandfather started the professional fishery business.
And at that time, it was organized by law that everyone who has settled around the shore of the lake, of the Zwischenahner Meer, has the right to fish, to do fishing. Besides, at that time, a lot of people doing angling and fishing just for their own profit at home. Others will do it professional. And 20 different types of fish live in the lake, and 10 of them have economic value, and you can eat them.
15 minutes you talked about the development of this family factory company in the last 20 or 30 years. So the time before 1960, 1970, they get all the fish from the lake. But afterwards, you say the cormorant came, the black bird, and so it was not so easy to get all the fish from the lake, and the population of the fish goes down and down. And so I think you start to buy fish from outside, yes, from other companies, because this is important to exist even in future as a fishery company anymore. So that was the main point. But even nowadays, aber nun holt ihr auch noch Fisch aus dem See raus, ne?
Ja, wir sind
10%
nach wie vor am Fischen, weil das ist nicht lukrativ. Am meisten Geld würden wir in der Tat verdienen, wenn wir das Ganze von heute auf morgen sein lassen würden.
Okay, the most money
dazu, ne?
Ja. Ja.
Aber diese Fischerei, das ist ein Familienrecht. Und wenn wir das aufgeben würden, würden wir es nie wieder bekommen.
Yeah, it's about the importance of you are allowed to work as a fisher on the sea. So in this lake, they are allowed since hundreds of years to use the lake for fishery. It's a right for the family. But of course, nowadays only maybe 10% or so, something like that, is the only part which they get from using fish from the lake. The most money they get from other activities, maybe buy fish or to do something with visitors or so on. But it's a very old right, and if they stop now fishing in the lake, that means they lost the right. So they cannot, even in future, can start again as fishermen in this lake.
Und jetzt haben wir das dann mit der Gastronomie aufgebaut,
Ja.
und dann haben wir die Ferienhäuser nach wie vor, dann haben wir noch Fischteiche, wo wir Karpfen drin haben.
Ja.
Und so machen wir jetzt also alles Mögliche. Versand machen wir dann.
Wann sind Sie angefangen? Mit dem größeren werden hier vor 10, 15 Jahren?
Nee, das ist noch nicht so lange her.
Ja.
So 6 Jahre etwa. Ne?
So, yes, of course. So I, of course, also know this place since 20, 30 years. So I think 10 years ago, 6, 7 years ago, they start with new professions here. Maybe they have more and more visitors who want to hear something about fishing in the lake and about what kind of fishes are interesting for the people. And then they start with this kind of restaurant to sell the fishes directly to the customers. And they also rent rooms for visitors. So this kind of profession activities start maybe 6, 7 years ago. So this was important that even in future this small family company can exist. But it just changes a lot in the last 10 years.
Jetzt haben wir 5-mal so viel Arbeit, aber haben nicht das Geld, was wir vorher verdient haben.
So the whole work is now up to 500%. It was 100% 7 years ago, and now it's 500%. But there's not, even now, there's not enough money. There's not so much money that they have 10 years or 7 years ago. Because, of course, the money comes in, but the money goes out for everything, for activities. And you have a lot more people working here, no?
Ja,
Wie viele Leute arbeiten hier?
Das ist das Problem. Die Gastronomie bringt ja viel Bedarf an Arbeit haben.
Genau, so for the restaurant you need a lot of employees because to serve all the products and looking for tea, coffee and so on and so on. And some other people have to work here in the family company. Die kommen auch außerhalb der Familie, ne?
Und dann, ja, dann hat ja viele Angestellte. Ne?
Yes, a lot of employees now.
Und dann ist ein großes Problem, wenn wir also die Fischerei ist hier steuerlich der Landwirtschaft
Yes, the
zugeordnet.
fishery is part of agriculture.
Und da zahlen wir 10,7% Mehrwertsteuer.
Yes,
Aber
okay.
diese Mehrwertsteuer, die kriegen wir zurück.
Yeah.
Die wird dann abgebucht und dann kriegen wir das Geld wieder. Das heißt, wir zahlen keine Steuern.
Yeah,
Jetzt aber müssen wir 20% Mehrwertsteuer abführen. Das macht einen riesen Unterschied.
Yes, it's about the fishery it belongs to agriculture, then they have 10.7% taxes. And they also get these taxes back. But now, if there is no work as restaurant and to rent rooms and so on, They know they have to pay 90 or 20% taxes, and they don't get it back. So this is also the problem. So of course, it's also a main decision if such a company belongs to the agriculture system with low taxes, and on the other side, if you start more than a restaurant, the taxes increase, and so you have more problems.
Und
It costs a lot of money.
jetzt warten einfach auf bessere Zeiten, dass irgendwann die kommen. Das ist letztendlich eine politische Frage. Ne?
Ja, ja.
Was will man? Ne? Weil früher hat der See die ganze Region ernährt und heute reicht das nicht mal mehr für uns alleine.
Ja.
Und jetzt warten wir darauf, dass da Einsicht kommt, ne? Weil wo kommt der Fisch jetzt her? Irgendwo aus den Weltmeeren.
Ja.
Da werden Lachse dann gefüttert und groß gemacht und die gibt es
ja.
auf dem Tisch. Ne? Da steckt dann nachher unheimlich viel Erdöl drin, Energie drin.
Yeah. So for him it's a problem about this black bird, the cormorant. The cormorant is one main problem. So the cormorant comes here 10, 15 years ago, a high population, and the amount of fish goes down and down. So it's not good for the existence for the fishery company here. But if in future, it's also a political question. We have to protect the cormorant, or we have not to protect the cormorant, the black bird. If the hunters are allowed to shoot them down, maybe to kill them about 90% of population, then the amount of fish in the lake will come more and more, and so it's good for his company. So then if this situation will be, it's his opinion about the birds, then he can earn 50% of the whole activity can go with the sea, with the lake, and he is not too forced to buy all the other fishes from outside the company, maybe from North Sea and from other countries, from Atlantic and so on. But it's a political decision. It's a decision about the protection of the bird and about the nature protection associations. What's more important and how and on what level, is maybe the question, on what level we need the cormorant here in the region. It's a problem to kill 50% or it's not a problem. Even in former times, the cormorant was killed, I think, up to 50-70% for population, and they come back after some years. So it's possible, but it's a question of protection of this kind of bird. But for him, it's a moral question. The fisherman, it depends on his company, it's a family company, how he can exist. How he can exist from their own lake, but if there are no fishes, and he wants to be a fisherman in the future, he has to buy the fishes from outside. Yes, from other companies, maybe from the North Sea and from the Atlantic Ocean. So it's for him a very big problem to exist here as a local company with the local resources. But he wants to exist from local resources.
They arrive here and they can get one sort salad, but nothing else. They have to go to another supermarket or so, and then and they don't like that. And so 20 years ago, as we began with our store and our farm, from begin we bought other vegetables and fruit like lemons and oranges. We trade them. We buy it and sell it here on our place. So not everything what you see on our farm is from our own production. Some like this honey is from other farmers in this area, or there's from the butcher from Edeweg, yeah, from Edeweg. It's no farmer, but 7 years ago we started to make processed food also, and we have a lot of different soups, and like this we cook them in our kitchen and sell them, and our people, our customers like that. And now we have new customers. They come one time a week and buy 20 of this. And some of them, like this tomato soup, is vegetarian, without beef in it, or this is you will eat it in a half hour. This is a special region.
What is the famous product? Green cabbage.
And this is a good thing for our farm. It's difficult to sell only this not processed products, and and the people like now the soups and
So your customers can work with these products, and it's easy for them to prepare it in the kitchen.
And around the years we have 200, over 200 products we do it our own. And this is one
This
time,
one,
and
mostly this one,
yeah,
this one.
yeah. But there are fresh things, we salads and quark. Quark.
I don't know.
Quark.
This
Quark.
Quark is pork.
Yeah.
That's the same in a lot of countries.
Okay. And so we have a lot of own things, and so the people come and they look for special things and they find it here.
Okay, welcome in the Park der Gärten. And the park is closed, but you have the extraordinary right to come with me on a special trip.
Very important person.
I am Juliane Smaller. I'm signed. And you can identify me by my blonde hair, my blue eyes, or my special feature are my leaves.
And no?
And the puppet.
And no?
And the blindfold. I have this one for the nose.
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
Uh-oh. And now, Heinz-Jürgen, you see nothing. And the trustful partner will show the partner and guide him to one tree. And please let them feel, come on. Come on. Show and make them feel all go down. Okay, and then just come back. You can turn them around first, and now take off the blindfold and show me the tree that you feel.
This one?
Yes.
Okay,
It's the ginkgo. Wow. Okay. Here are two conifers, different species of tuya. And here's a paper. I put it over there. Tuya orientalis. Okay. You smell the scales. Like this. You crushed it, and then you can smell. And please make a line with which you agree, or you have your own description, and you can line there also from your neighbor. Description of your neighbor. And please choose one thing. Only one thing.
And not the snack.
And then you will search for your tree and your group. 4 trees and 5 or 4 informations, parts of the tree. Please. We call it sweet gum tree in English. Okay, go on.
So I had the leaf. So I was the first one to find the tree. It was the easiest clue. And it was quite easy to find because the leaf is very different from all the other trees around. So
Clever. Very
Looks
clever.
like that. It's very similar to the maple trees. But the maples sits opposite on the twigs. The sweet gum alternate.
yes.
Please point it out, this leaves. I have lot of leaves with pointed ends in the contrast. You see this pointed ends of the leaves. In contrast to my European brother, whose leaves are rounded like a cloud. But these are pointed out, so it's American.
American oak.
American oak, amerikanische Eiche.
Ja.
American oak.
Jeden eins.
Irgendwie, ja.
Wolltest du jetzt vom
Okay. Not the whole cone, please. That's a cone of a spruce. That's the rest of the cone of a fir. Only from spruce or pine we can find the cones on the ground. The fir cone splashed at the tree. And these little things are the seeds from the fir and the spruce and the pine that sits beneath these. Yes, you can search for seed.
Yeah? Want to try? Is that time?
Yes.
A little bit? Okay. You want to have something to test? On the wind?
And look how they fly. Oh, the willow. Hoover's over. Oh,